Good morning, everybody. So it has been a wintry, icy mess this past week. We're headed down to check on the chickens this morning and defrost their water pails and all of that. Give them some food. There's probably not too many eggs just yet, but we're still going to check and see. You can see it's a muddy, sloshy mess. And we're just going to share with y'all what we've been cooking over this last week where we've been gone. Kind of been, I hear y'all, a mess of a winter this week. But let's go in and see the babies. They are waiting. Hey, who are y'all talking to? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you want some loving too? Good morning. Hi. Hey, Midnight. I see you. Hi, Midnight. You getting out? Did you have a surprise in there for us? You do. Oh. Good morning, girl. You staying warm? You staying warm? Hi.
We're having chicken pot pie for dinner. We have the oven preheating to 400, and I just have about one medium diced onion and about 2 stalks of celery down in the pan that I'm one thawing and softening. These are just some veggies that I've purchased ahead of time, diced up and put in the freezer so they're easy, quick to go. So we're just going to cook these for about 5-7 minutes until they're thawed and softened. And then I'll see y'all back for us to add in the fresh veggies and our seasonings and everything. Okay, so our onions and celery are all sauteed. Now we're going to add in our fresh veggies, which for this is only our carrots and our mushrooms. So I'm doing about a cup of carrots that I've chopped up. I'm using baby carrots here. I usually just use regular carrots, but use what you got. And then I'm using 8 ounces of sliced mushroom. I know that's over an actual like dry cup, but I don't want to waste any, and these will shrink down a lot, and we like mushrooms, so no worries. So we're just going to mix this around and let those cook for just a few minutes because the fresh veggies take longer to cook than the canned veggies, and we want everything cooked evenly. We don't want hard carrots in our chicken pot pie. I'm also adding a little bit more veggies and filling than usual because I'm going to try and stretch this between 2 pot pies. I want to try and make one for us to have tonight and then make one for me to par bake and freeze to take to my mom later. While these all cook and soften, we're going to add in our seasonings. So I'm starting with 1/4 teaspoon of ground thyme. If you have dried thyme, amp it up to 1/2 teaspoon. We also need 3 teaspoons of Italian seasoning or 1 tablespoon, however you want to measure it. 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt and about 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're going to add in our chicken pieces. I'm just pulling this apart as I drop it in. I'm using about 2 cups of rotisserie chicken. I'll probably do closer to 2.5 cups since I'm trying to make the filling stretch a little bit. Next, we're going to add in our chicken broth and a can of cream of mushroom soup. You can also use cream of celery if you like. For this, you need about 3/4 cup of chicken broth. I'm using my frozen chicken broth cube, and that's about 1 cup. It's melted down some, so it's not quite 1 cup anymore, but that's okay. I'm going to let that just melt down in the bottom of the pan. I love these pre-measured cubes. They're awesome and convenient. I'm just kind of mixing that broth and that cream of mushroom soup around while it melts down. And last but not least, to go down into our mix is a drained can of sweet peas. You could have added these earlier. I just like to wait till the end because I don't like for them to get mashed up with everything else. So I just add them at the end and give a quick fold in. We're going to pour these into our pie shells. Top them with a little bit of cheddar cheese, maybe about a half a cup on each pie. I'm dropping the filling. And then we'll pop them in the oven and cook at 400 for about 45 minutes. Now for my mom's par baked one, we'll do all of the exact same steps as the regular. We just will only cook it for 20 minutes and we'll let it have to cool completely before we wrap it all up and put it in the freezer. Hey y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. So we just got back from church and having lunch. Now we're going to get dinner going in the crock pot so that we can go outside and play and have fun and get some chores and things done as well. So today, like I said, we're going to be making a slow cooker or crock pot meal, and we're going to do creamy chicken tacos since we haven't had it in a while. So you show them our rotel. Yummy, we like that, huh? And it's just a few simple dump and go ingredients, and set it to low and just let it cook. You can set this to high as well for about 3 to 4 hours and it'll be ready. But about 5 hours on low and it'll be perfect too. Shred it up and we'll show y'all how to make it. So I'm going to zoom y'all in and let y'all see how we just dump it all in. You going to help?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, okay, so we've got 2 very large chicken breasts down in the bottom of our crock pot, and they're still frozen. That'll be okay. Thatcher, my little helper, is going to help us. He's going to pour in a can of rotel, and we're just using the original. Undrained, the whole can will go in. Now he's going to add a can of drained tomatoes, a can of drained and rinsed black beans.
And the cheese for me?
Yes. I just got to open it.
Okay. Cheese is so much fun to pour in.
Mama's helper.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you're helping me.
I'm helping you? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me help you.
Because you're opening it for me.
Oh, okay. And now he's going to add in a block of cream cheese. Say, and that's it.
Yep.
So we're going to put our lid on and let it cook. Hold on, we're going to use this lid.
Oh.
And then when the chicken is all done, we're going to come back and shred it and see if we need to add any taco seasoning, huh? Say, see y'all back in a little bit. We're going to go play.
Yeah, we're going to play. Bye-bye.
Alright, so y'all see how much just those 2 chicken breasts made. We shredded it all up. We're shredded it all up. And we're going to add a packet of taco seasoning now. And just mix this all around. I don't always add the taco seasoning. It just kind of depends on if it feels like it needs a little more flavor or not. But that is it. We're going to, oh, Thatcher's over here still in our cabbage. So you could use lettuce with your tacos if you like, but I love the crunch that raw cabbage gives, and it really soaks up the juices from this chicken. So I'm going to make some little mini street taco tortillas, and we're going to build these up, and I'll let y'all see how they look. They're so yummy, super simple, and delicious. So super simple meal for sure. So all we did was take some of the little street tacos and heated them up on the stove, and then I put them in this cup just to kind of form that shape. But we're going to take a couple of them. So I'm just going to use a little spoon to put some chicken filling down in these. Alright y'all, so we're going to get busy on our pot roast. Now we're doing this in the instant cooker or pressure cooker, whatever you want to call it. Mine's a Ninja Foodie pressure cooker. But Normally I would say sear your meat, thaw your meat, do all of that to make it even more delicious and yummy. However, the reason we're doing this on instant cook or pressure cook is because we're trying to cut down on time. So the first thing we're going to do is put our meat down in the bottom of our pan. And I have almost 5 pounds of a rump roast. If you don't need this much, you don't have to use that much. I just found a family size pack on sale at the grocery store, so that's what I picked up. We're also going to add in a cup of beef broth, so I just have my beef base. And I'm going to add a cup of water to make the beef broth. I'm going to add in 2 packs of McCormick's Au Jus gravy mix. I love this stuff. This is my favorite brand and or favorite type of Au Jus. And this is meant to be a thin gravy, not a thick gravy. So if yours comes out and you're like, oh, it's not thick at all, don't worry. That's what an Au Jus is. It's like a brothy, juicy gravy. And then I'm going to add in 6 tablespoons of butter. I would normally put a whole stick, but I used a couple tablespoons, so we're going to finish off that stick. Probably about 3 or 4 large tablespoons of these sliced pepperoncini peppers. We really like them, so that's why we add a little bit more. They're not spicy at all. Looks good. And you can use the whole ones if you like. I like that these really just kind of break up and you get that little bit of a sour note, but you don't have a huge whole pepper. So we're going to put the lid on, and that's all you need. We're going to put the lid on. I'm going to set this to high ceiling and set it for 90 minutes. We'll let it naturally release so we don't have to come back and do a quick release. None of that. Just let it be, and we'll get our other sides ready for dinner. Okay, so our roast is on the cooling down process. We're going to get our cabbage started. So I just sliced up a head of cabbage and I'm putting some olive oil on it. And let's go ahead and preheat the oven to 400. And then we're going to sprinkle each head or each little cabbage steak with some paprika. And then salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm using my SPG blend, but you can just use like a regular salt, pepper, and garlic if you want, or if you have an SPG blend. Alright, and we're just going to flip these over. You may lose a few pieces, that's okay. And some more seasoning, and we're just repeating the process.